This is Benny. He is the lead developer there, or the creator of Finance. And what a cool look website you guys have. I love the neon. I don't know if that's your design, or if you just told a web developer, hey, give me something cool. But if that is what you said, mission accomplished. But let me start off just by asking, where did you get started in crypto, and how did that eventually evolve into an idea for Klear Finance?
So me and it was really like me and my friends kind of got into crypto years ago, and like people just kind of dabble in it a little bit, and then it slowly became more apparent that this was something we were really interested in, and it just became our full-time jobs. So we were kind of just spending every single day in this space. I've worked on many projects behind the scenes, not really on the front line. And yeah, it was always a thought to create our own project, because we had the ideas, we had the team, and it kind of just felt like, even though the market was down and has been down and terrible recently,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure we can all agree. It just seemed
Absolutely.
like the right time. We started to do some analyzing of the amount of rug pulls and scams that were, taking place in this space, and people are crying out for like a trusted community, trusted developers who can actually implement their ideas and take projects far, and that they can feel secure within a project. So to me, even though the market has been down for a long time, it just seemed like a perfect time. We analyzed that, you're looking at near 90% of newly launched projects right now are being rubbed or honeypots or some form of scam. Yeah, and we've got brilliant ideas, a brilliant development team, and we just kind of wanted to give this to people now. While all of this was going on, we have just created this safe space that is going to continue to bring amazing
Well,
developments. And
that is
yeah,
awesome. So if I'm to understand, you basically just saw the landscape of crypto and saw how it was just filled with rug pulls and all kinds of, unscrupulous characters out there. And you thought, well, this is a good chance for me to make a token that's kind of based on transparency.
yeah, as well as the developments, of course. But I think, my personal opinion from being involved with projects that haven't taken care of the community and things like that, you can develop, the greatest developments and release them non-stop. But if you don't have a community that trusts you and know that you guys are really working towards great things, the effect is minimal. So we're just going to create the whole package. We've got the team that can deliver the brilliant developments, and our team can also, move with the community as well. The aim is that we want the community to feel like they are part of the team, not just investors. So yeah, we've got big things coming. We're super excited. And yeah.
Well, that sounds really good, and that your community feels like they're part of the team. Always, whenever I get involved in a crypto community, you do kind of want to get involved and see what the developers are all about. And if you've ever been rug pulled or anything yourself, you want to know that they've bled with you. Which I guess, just an aside, have you ever, without telling me the token, have you ever been involved in a rug pull? Not been involved, but they had the rug pulled out from under you.
Yeah. I mean, especially I'm sure we can all agree that in the early days, when you start getting into this meme coin and this whole space, things always look so good on the outside, and you get in, and all of a sudden it's a gut-wrenching feeling, to be honest, being rug
It
pulled,
is.
and there's
It
nothing
is.
you can do about it.
Well, it's funny, your community should really feel, one with you then, because everybody's been rug pulled. It's almost like the cost of doing business in this space is to, be involved and invest and get all your hopes up in a scam. And then next thing it turns out to be a scam, and you get rug pulled. So yeah, you're definitely not just a token creator. You're definitely part of the community. It's almost like that getting the rug pulled out from under you makes you one of your community and not just leading them.
Yeah. We all know how it feels. It's not nice. And
it absolutely is not. So okay, so you were in the crypto space. I think you saw a lot of things that could be done. You had a lot of ideas in your head to create Klear Finance. Well, finally you've launched, and your chart did not just nosedive after launch, which is great. You see a lot of them have that big spike and then kind of just nosedive after that. Why do you think your community has bought and hold? You're not just filled with a bunch of paper hands. What made them hold? Have you given them kind of a peek of what the future holds for Klear?
To be honest, I think at this stage, where we're in early development but working around the clock, I think that the community can really see like what we're building here. Obviously, the Launchpad is currently what is in development right now. We'll be releasing the tier system in a couple of hours. So that'll be great. I'm sure people are trying to move up the ladder, But yeah, other than that, I just think, like I said before, the whole relationship between the developers and the community, it should be a strong relationship. Like, there are projects out there that have done this very, very well, and you can see where they get with this. And I think from the start, so we had a live video AMA before we even launched, before we even had a pre-sale. We had a live video AMA just to kind of show people, like, this isn't your average token. We are fully trusted, fully transparent, and we're taking this to places, that some of these coins will never get to. And that's the main thing, is that we really have there's no limit to where we're going to take this. Once we finish one goal, we're on to the next, and we're constantly working, just because we have a big vision for Klear, and we know that we can achieve it.
So how big is your development team?
So we have a team of 7. We've got 3 guys, which you will see on the front line, as in terms of the live video AMAs and stuff. And then there's another 4 members that are kind of behind the scenes. I feel like with time, they will probably come out of the woodwork. But in terms of doxing ourselves, we were like the founders and co-founders of Klear Finance. So we felt it was only right that, for sure, we have to show ourselves and let the community know this is us, we're here.
No, I think that's great, especially in these initial stages where I think people want to see a face to say, like, okay, this isn't somebody that's just going to, take my money and run and I'll never even know who they are. You're putting your face and your name and everything like that, which I think gives a little bit of security.
Yeah, for sure. I think, we also are investors ourselves. So we know what it's like getting into these projects and what makes us feel comfortable, what makes us feel secure in our investment. And I think, we went through everything and just made sure, how can we make people feel comfortable as if we were the investors? And things like the live video AMAs to us are not a big deal because we have nothing to hide. And they're really effective for the community because it shows them that, like, look, this is us, in all of our glory.
Yeah, that's right. They're just like your name is, it's clear, you're transparent, you're showing who you are, you're one of everybody, which I think's good. Now, I've got kind of a list of some questions I wanted to ask you, and I'm kind of going through those, but whenever you drop something on me that I don't know much about, I've got to ask a little bit more about it. You were talking about your Launchpad, which is under development, and then you said we're going to work under a tier system that's coming in. Can you give me, you don't have to give me what the tiers are, but kind of what's the overall idea of it?
Yeah, so launchpads are not something that we have invented ourselves. There are launchpads out there. However, we are trying to, work to make sure that we find our own space within the market. So launchpads essentially are a place that, so for instance, if you're a Clear holder, once we release our launchpad, we will have third-party projects, or IDOs, they will call them, be launched through Clear, and the Clear holders will be the ones basically rewarded as similar to a pre-sale, where depending on how many Clear tokens you're holding, you will get a chance to get in on the pre-sale, so to speak, of this newly launched token. The good thing about what we're trying to do and what we are doing is that all of the third-party projects that we will be launching will be 100% safe, 100% driven, and not just, these meme coins that will die out. They will be heavily vetted to ensure that we want to reward our holders. So by doing so, we just want to provide them with other safe projects they can get into, feel comfortable with, and also make money. Like, everyone is here for their financial gains, and we want to make sure that we're helping everyone as much as we can to earn money, but also want to continue holding Clear at the same time.
Well, I get kind of excited whenever you say this, because, the reason we're having this AMA is because of AERdrop, and, AERdrop's going to, all the holders of AERdrop, if they hold a sufficient amount, will get some Clear token in their wallet. And then they're going to look at this tiered system, which it sounds like you're going to announce shortly after this about what the tiers are. And they're going to be incentivized then to not just hold on to their drop that they get and sell it. They're going to be incentivized to buy more to get into these IDOs that are being launched through Clear. So I really get to see a synergy here, where now you're getting access, obviously, to the AERdrop community, but then the AERdrop community has an incentive to not just hold, but to buy even more, so that they potentially could get involved in something that you are vetting, these partner tokens that you're vetting. And you said, 100% safe, because it sounds like you're doing some pretty good, background checks with them to make sure that they are rug pull free. I mean, to me, both the AERdrop holders as well as the Clear token holders have to be pretty excited about that.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I wish people knew what I know right now, but in time, it will come out.
Isn't that the big thing? Is always like, everybody's got this great idea. It's just, how can you get everybody else to hear about it with you?
Exactly. And I think, in short term, we're really going to start to, cement our name in this space. And I can see already the community that we're building is not like other projects that you get into. And this brings me back to how our chart held so well during the tough times, is that the community believe in the project and what we are doing. Like, we're here to be part of the community. If there are things that the community have concerns with, they can address it and speak to us, and we can speak about it on a serious level, and then we can take things from there. There's way too many projects out there right now that do not listen to the community, and the community are what drive the project at the end of the day. And that's why we want it to be a situation where our community is heavily rewarded for holding Clear and just being a part of the team and the journey. And we also know that the community, they put in a lot of effort, spreading the word, shilling the project. It's not nice to do all of this as a community member and then never be heard. So we're just creating the perfect space for people to, you know, have financial gain and just enjoy the process, you know?
Well, it's the process, but also I think you're doing something great. And it's after the last year, we're all familiar with, how viral spread works, but from actual viruses, or we're talking about, TikTok going viral or whatever we're talking about, is you're going to have an active community base and they're going to get access to these IDOs through the Launchpad. And what are they going to do? They're going to go and tell somebody else, including this new community that's being launched on your Launchpad, and then they know about Klear. And then they're going to tell somebody else, and you can see how this spreads, but you're doing it the right way. You're not trying to get inorganic growth. You're trying to get organic growth right here in the beginning, because that's who you want to be kind of your ambassador, is the ones that are actually going to benefit the most by holding the Klear tokens, being able to get into the tiered system to get a part of the Launchpad. Now, one other thing I kind of creeped y'all a little bit on your Reddit posts. And so if any of this is dated information, then I apologize. But you did mention the Launchpad that was under development. And then you've got a few other things that you mentioned as well. Now, this was 8 days ago, which is about 10 years ago in crypto terms. But you mentioned a chart tool or a wallet or things like that. Is that something that's going to be community driven, of where you decide to take the project after the Launchpad?
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked, actually. Something that we really were quite heavy on was having the community be involved in the development ideas for Klear. So we know our long-term goals, but we also know there's not just one road that you can go down to get there. So the chart tools, the wallet, the decks, these long-term goals that will be amazing. So as soon as we get the Launchpad done, we'll be straight onto the next goals. And yeah, it will be a case where we will be polling ideas that we have in the Telegram group, letting people know what we're doing, but also letting them know, like, we're here to listen to you guys, because at the end of the day, the development is for you guys. So well, it's for all of us. We want to see the project do well, but we also want the community to know that we value their opinions. So yeah, the charts, the wallet, the decks, some staking. Yeah, we have a lot planned. I don't want to release too much.
I understand. You got to, it's okay to keep a few things behind the curtain a little bit, but I mean, what you are saying, even if it's just something for the community to discuss later, well, these things could be really big. I mean, can you imagine, I'm just going to say 1 year in the future, which again, that's like 100 years in regular years, but in crypto, 1 year is a long time. If you have a DEX, a chart tool, a wallet, a Launchpad, all the while growing your community, you become a hub kind of crypto, where people don't just want to go to your site and to your DApp and to, use your wallet. It becomes almost a necessity, because you become a one-stop shop where everybody needs to go and have Klear token to be able to kind of see the rest of the industry for what it is.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's the idea. And to be honest, like, these are the plans for now. I feel like with the team that we have, there's always going to be something, just because of how we work and how hard we work. I don't ever think we'll be completely satisfied with, hitting these goals and then leaving it there. We'll definitely be pushing all the time. And also, we want to make sure that when we release these developments, they are perfect, thoroughly tested, back tested, everything, and just from the front end to the back end. So we don't just want to release a development for you guys just because it functions. It needs to be perfect, because this is what's going to separate us from a lot of projects that are trying to do the same thing. I personally love our branding, our design. I feel like we can do a lot with it. We have some really good guys on our you know, graphics and visuals. And yeah,
Yes, one of the first things I said is, wow, this website.
Yeah, so that's the plan. We've been working non-stop since launch. One, just trying to, you know, gain exposure for ourselves, and two, non-stop on the development side of things. Like I say, we'll be releasing the tier system later. That will have all of the information about how we're going to separate the tiers and allocations for the clear holders. And I'm sure people will be battling to get into the top tier. So, but yeah, big things to come. We're super excited. And I think Stephen has lost connection.
Hey, there we go. There we go. I don't know what I was just typing frantically saying I've lost connection. So let me see if I have to record again. No, it's still recording. So I guess it just recorded either you guys talking or silence. So I apologize for that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. To be honest, I was rambling on as I knew you. Technical issues.
Well, then I can go with the next thing that I wanted to ask about is I always like to look at a roadmap whenever I'm looking at a token. And it's funny how different tokens will look at roadmaps. Some will just go with time. They'll say by Q2 or Q3, we're going to hit this. Others will look at holders. By the time we get to 5,000 holders, we're going to do this, or 10,000 holders. But you actually have on your website targets hit. So, you know, on the first one, it actually shows which targets you've hit. It says live AMAs, pre-launch, token launch, begin strategic marketing. But two of them that I see that are still on there that I think will be big for you and will undoubtedly have a pump. And that's the CoinGecko listing and the CoinMarketCap listing, whether it be bot oriented or just more people aware of your project. That's coming up soon after that. And then also you've got under that same part of your Q2 targets to hit is you're going to start taking suggestions for the future of the project. So a lot of this is already going on now. I mean, are you prepared? You're going to go right through that Q2, roadmap into the Q3, probably before Q3 gets here.
Yeah. I mean, so CoinGecko has been applied for over a week now. So this should be any day, really. And we know that always has a nice effect on the charts, bringing new investors in. And yeah, I think that the first part of the roadmap is going to be achieved for sure. And then we move on to the next one. I do think the Q3 of the roadmap, we probably will be adding some things in there just because of how fast we're moving. Again, I will not say too much, but yeah, we're looking really good for the roadmap. We don't really like to, you know, over promise and under deliver. So with the roadmap, I feel like some projects they have trouble sometimes where they might put something really big way too early in the roadmap, and it causes problems when they're not hitting targets. We like to be realistic because of how we work. We would rather under promise and over deliver for sure. But yeah, we're looking super nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see on your Q3, you're going to drop clear merchandise. I'm not a marketer. The AERdrop community knows that I like to make kind of a fun video every now and then. I like to do these AMAs. So I'm not a marketer, but I've got a lot of cool ideas on this clear merchandise. I feel like the merchandise needs to be clear. Okay. I'm thinking like clear coffee cups. And then your neon theme that you have, I feel like there's so much that could be done with that of neat, whether it be LED or those type of glow sticks that you bend to make them glow. There's some cool things out there. So anyway, yeah, take that and run with it as you will. But I think you can definitely have a really aggressive marketing campaign with all of the things that you have suggested there in Q3.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the plan. Like, we know, we can do so much with the clear branding, from the merchandise just to our strategic marketing in general. Like, so me personally, the guy who creates our visuals and videos, we've released one video. We have more in the back pocket that we'll release as and when. For me, it's like one of the best visuals I've seen in this space. And of course, I probably am biased. But
well, of course, but it is eye-catching, and most importantly, it's unique. You know, there's so many things that are just almost a mirror image. You know, one token is another mirror image of another token, but this neon part right here, it's unique.
yeah, and that was the plan, because we didn't want people to feel like we're just a meme coin, because we're not. We're a DeFi project. We're not in the same category as these meme tokens. You know, we have a utility. We will have a launchpad. We will deliver the decks and the charts. Like we're in a separate lane, and we kind of just, you know, there's way too many, in my opinion, Shiba coins, Elon coins, so on and so forth.
So you're not going to have a dog as your mascot, I guess.
No way, no way. And that was the plan, was just to show people that, you know, as different as you can be in this space, that we're not in the meme category. We're completely different, and we're taking things. The meme tokens, a lot of them they're just tokenomic reliant, and it can only get you so far. You know, we're building something great here, and time will tell. But you know, people will see.
I love it. I love it. So as we wrap up here, I want to ask you, as far as any major developments that maybe you haven't talked about, and also, where do you see Klear Token in 30 days? And I'm not asking for price prediction, but where, you know, what do you hope to accomplish then?
30 days. What I would like to accomplish in 30 days, Launchpad release with our first IDO, which will, of course, be brilliant for the Klear holders.
I think that sounds like an excellent, something to shoot for. And, who knows whether it's 30 days or not. I know development takes time and it's done when it's done. But nonetheless, I think it gives your community an idea that, hey, that's what they're shooting for. And if y'all can get that Launchpad out in time, I'm sorry, sometimes I say y'all, a little too American of me, but you know what I'm speaking of, at least.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not just from the U.S. I'm from the southern U.S. So, yeah, I've definitely got that southern drawl in me now and then. But anyway, I know y'all are working hard to get this done fairly quickly. And whenever you do, I think this Launchpad will be a great way to be able to give real value to your holders that many other tokens don't see. Many other tokens, you buy it, you hope it appreciates, and that's it. That's really all there is to it. You hope it appreciates, but it probably doesn't. But yours, you actually seem to have a use case for it, and more use cases kind of in the hopper.
Yeah. Like I say, there's a lot of projects out there. They rely solely on tokenomics and hype. It can only last so long. You know, everyone's waiting for the Elon Musk tweet or when Jake Paul, all of this. But if you can create something brilliant yourself, you don't need these things. You just need a strong community, which is what we're building right now. I can see how this is going. The community is exactly what I was, trying to build. And we're still in very early stages. Like, there will hit a point where we grow massively and the community will become stronger and stronger. And once we're all behind this, as well as the developments, I personally see no limit to where we can take it.
Excellent.
But of course, I also have inside information. So,
well, right. You know the roadmap better than anyone, because you can even change it in your own mind of kind of where you're headed. Well, I'm going to wrap up with just one last question. We're going to make it short. I'm going to tell you to convince me and everyone else to look into or even buy Klear Token in a tweet. Okay, so I'm going to give you 180 characters. What is it? 2-3 sentences. So if you can just tell me 2-3 sentences of what makes Klear Token different.
You want me to say it over Voice chat.
Yeah. Just say
Yeah.
speak your tweet. You don't have to go and tweet right now. just just an auditory tweet.
Yeah. Clear Finance is, to me, going to be one of the next big things. It's only a matter of time. We're building something brilliant. The Launchpad is coming very soon. Hopefully before that, we might have something really exciting for everyone that I can speak about very soon. And yeah, this is the safest, most transparent project you can get into, which has a real utility, real strong community, and is going very, very, very far. This is not a token. This is a movement. This is a team. And to be honest, congratulations to anyone who is here this early. Well done. And thank you to everyone that's been supporting us so far. It's been brilliant.
Glad to have you here on this AERdrop AMA, and congratulations to AERdrop holders that are about to officially be holders of the Klear token. And you may want to look into this tiered system, AERdrop holders, because this is your chance to actually get a little bit of, call it a seed to start with, and you can water it and sprout it, and it will be growing. And from what Benny says, it sounds like there's some big plans ahead for the Klear token. But Benny, thank you for meeting us on here. And let's do this again sometime. Maybe we can meet up in 6 months again on another AMA and see what we accomplished and what will be ahead then.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. It's a pleasure. I love what you guys are doing, and we're happy to be here. So let's do this.